Welcome everyone, and thanks for joining this month's edition of Tales from the CTO. My name is Jamie McMahon, and this month we'll be talking about something that actually popped up a few times in conversation with a few executives and business owners that I've been speaking with over the last several weeks. And the notion came up over how things have changed since the pandemic began, and how the tools we've used have really changed how we work, what we feel is comfortable, what we use to get work done, etc. And upon reflection, it was really interesting because I think we had, this event, this pivot, March 14th or whenever it was for each of your businesses, where we were all pushed home and we all began using tools that perhaps we weren't using in the same way, prior to the pandemic, and probably not as pervasively as we began to use them post-pandemic. But we really embraced Zoom, we embraced Teams, we embraced these types of remote collaboration tools. But really what I found in most instances is that we've used those tools for chat and meetings, and those were the primary use cases that I've observed. And when we think about it, that's really just the tip of the iceberg. And I think there's a real opportunity here to really, pivot once more and embrace some of the technology that we already own, we're probably just not taking advantage of. And when we think about the productivity iceberg, so to speak, when we think about the way we do things now, post-pandemic, there's probably an opportunity to do things better. Doing things like, leveraging these digital tools for telephony, for calling, looking at opportunities for integration, right? What other tools can we integrate into either Zoom or Teams? Probably more bang for your buck with Teams, but whatever your collaboration poison is, what can we integrate into that? Other opportunities to do, better and more fulsome document and file sharing. And when we're thinking about Teams, are we actually even using in the best way possible, right? Or are we, is the tool serving us, or are we serving the tools? I.e., have we kind of just, haphazardly deployed Teams and are now finding ourselves a year and a half, 2 years later with Teams bloat and a lot of, confusion over where content is stored and how we collaborate with our peers. And there's probably, like I said, an opportunity to rethink that and, kind of take the opportunity to think, yeah, we've moved past, I think, the time when we're just doing remote work, right? We're moving into and we're firmly entrenched in the hybrid work environment. And so how do we think things through differently? How do we create opportunities through these tools to create a, where there's no bias, so to speak, so that, a person that's working remote has no advantage or disadvantage to someone that's in the office? And how do we have the tools, foster that work environment so that collaboration happens in a rich and integrative capacity? So if you'd like to talk more about this, I think there's lots of opportunities for us to maximize the value of the tools that we've already used, for us to leverage our productivity tools to become more effective and efficient, and would welcome an opportunity to discuss this with you. And you can do so at CTO@ProServeIT. And I want to thank you for joining us this month and looking forward to the conversation next month.